Which profession gets the most hate just for doing their job? Customer support. Where your capabilities are judged on your ability to help someone while they are cursing you. Most retail work. I once had a lady wait outside the store for almost 2 hours when I worked customer service at a toy store just to tell me how I ruined her kid's birthday by not giving her a popular toy that we were sold out of. Lady, I don't control our inventory. Cashiers. I promise they don't set the prices. Quality. In theory, your job should be to make sure bad things don't ship. The reality is, everyone sees you as an obstacle to meeting a deadline. Types of things I hear daily. I don't understand, it's only a ding, it'll still work. I know we didn't use the right supplier, but it's fine. They aren't certified, but it's not like it matters. But we've always done it that way. I know the work instruction says to do this, but it dries faster how I do it when an operator only used one part of a 2-part epoxy. When you work in strict compliance industries, these things matter. People most times would rather cut corners than do something right. Everyone hates a lawyer until they need one. Social workers, they don't exist just to destroy your family and take your kids. I used to work as a barista in a well-known coffee shop chain, and I had grown as adults hate my guts because I made their special drink wrong. Most of us are just trying to get by in life, man. Lol. Trucker here. People go absolutely apeshit at the very idea that I have a lower speed limit than they do and actually have to obey it. People risk death every day to not be behind a truck for even a few seconds. 10 years over the road and 0 accidents, but the number of close calls has been in the thousands. Veterinarians. There's a reason they have one of the highest suicide rates in a profession. They are burnt out, people always expecting more and more. But wait, they are only in it for the money and not animals. I've worked for vets with poor bedside manner, but the interest of the pet was always priority. And yes, mistakes get made, we are human. I just feel there's this unreasonable expectation put on them. Teachers? Definitely road workers. Everyone hates traffic jams, but without these guys those roads will be in extremely poor condition. Actual journalists in 2024. Media is so FKN deceptive now. Omissions, selective editing, and outright lying have become staples of mainstream media. The people who are fair, and have integrity are derided by the zealots who just sell their soul to the highest bidder. So many people just blindly follow whatever they're told by the soulless without ever even checking for themselves what is actually real, while also viciously attacking the people who tell the truth. BC it doesn't support narratives they've been fed by the narcissist nuts. I feel bad for people who have integrity now. BC we live in FKN clown world. Lawyers, they get ragged on, until you are in a bind and need one. Customer service reps at airports. We get all the hate for simply enforcing the airline's stupid rules. I don't know about the most, but any rule-making and enforcing profession. I'm an engineer and the rules are there so you may get home tonight and your town stays nice, even if there is a shortcut that only might possibly get you and your whole town killed or poisoned. Pharmacy workers, technicians and pharmacists. Genuinely there to help you and typically take so much grief from patients and doctors for things out of their control. Fast food workers. Referee. IRS? Tax collectors, parking wardens, lots of government employees. Trash men. They're looked down on as dirty and uneducated, but they do a hard job that is absolutely critical to our public health. Teachers? Boy, people hate teachers now. Health insurance peons. I promise you that Jessica didn't personally make that policy you hate, and she didn't deny your claim cause she hates you. Parking enforcement meter maids. Working at a pharmacy. I'm sorry the business isn't working with your health plan and doesn't cover this item, I'm not in control of that. I'm also sorry on the shipment date, I can't control how soon the drivers are going to bring the item if some are out of stock. Referees. Mechanic? Sorry, I didn't break your car, I'm just telling you what's wrong with it. And it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. You tell the customer stuff is wrong with their car, you get screamed at for trying to rip them off. But if you didn't say anything and the vehicle failed, you'd get screamed at for not catching that when they had it in. Meteorologists. The amount of times I hear the average person ask what the weather forecasters are thinking is just sad. If you knew literally anything about how our atmosphere works, you'd never say that to their faces. You know who you are, angry face. Waiters and waitresses. Dentists, apparently. I am a scientist and I like my dentist immensely, we have bonded a bit. She made a comment to me once that her profession is incredibly depressing because people dread seeing her, though she just wants to help people. I think about this often. Teachers? The amount of abuse they put up with from parents and students just for doing their job is insane, then have administrators who refuse to back them up and enforce behavior expectations for students. And the political conversation in this country around teaching and education is so toxic right now. I got out after 13 years and there is zero chance I'd ever go back with things the way they are now. Tech support. If nothing is going on and things are working fine, that means we are doing our job. Stop thinking we're not busy or useless because we're not running around putting out fires. Nurses. Complain about your job all you want, but for other professions the chances of having a full urinal thrown at your head are a lot lower. Sex workers, usually by people paying for their services. Human resources. You may be fired without reason, but I can assure you, there is a reason. Software testers. Super important, but devs treat them like they are traffic cops that insult them. Collectors of loans, they're just doing their job.